All right, let's talk about calculating slope if we know 2 points. Right, so on page 13 in our notes, we wrote down the definition of slope, talked about what it means to be a ratio of a vertical change to a horizontal change. From a graph, it's very easy to identify rise over run. From 2 points, it's also very simple to calculate that value. So let's talk about just being from 2 points. Page 14 in your notes, we had a couple of spots we could practice this. So let's look at example 1. It's given 2 coordinate pairs, and a reminder that each coordinate pair is an XY coordinate, giving you a location on the coordinate plane. And if we want to calculate slope, we can find that vertical change by finding the difference in the y values. So pick your 2 y coordinates. One y here would be 2, and subtract your other y coordinate of 6. The order doesn't matter as long as you do it the same on the top and the bottom of your ratio. So the x coordinates are going to go on the bottom. I'm going to subtract this x coordinate of -4 minus this x coordinate of 2. Difference of y's over difference of x's. So when we go ahead and subtract, this gives me -4 over a -6. A negative divided by a negative makes a positive, and this can be reduced to 2/3. Now, I mentioned that the order doesn't matter. I'm going to show you that I could also do it the other way, right? So this could be or. I'm going to erase my arrows. I could take this y value of 6 and subtract this y value, right? So 6 minus 2 on the top. And then I look at my x's, and I need to start at the same one. So I'm going to start here at 2 and subtract this x value of -4. Be careful, that's subtracting a negative there, which will actually turn into addition. But this will give me 4 over 6, which is also 2/3. So again, order doesn't matter. You're going to end up at the same place. You're just going to either have negative over negative or positive over positive. Either way, these will give you a positive slope, giving you some line heading in that direction. Let's do one more example together. Or you can pause this and try it on your own at first. I'm going to take my y values, right? My y's, and subtract them on top. So 5 minus a -1. And on the bottom, the x values, so 3 minus 6. And all that's doing is subtracting the y coordinates, is telling us how far would I go up on the graph. From -1 to 5, I'm going up 6. And how far across? If I start at 6 and go to 3, that'd be a -3. And if I reduce that, -2 over 1, or just -2. Again, it works out the same if you did the opposite order, right? You don't have to do both, but if you did it the other way, and you did -1 minus 5, and then a 6 minus 3, you just end up with a -6 on the top and the +3 on the bottom, still resulting in a negative slope of -2. So this one is negative. We would expect to see our line decreasing with a negative slope. Okay, subtracting the y coordinates over subtraction of the x coordinates. If you look at the other 2 examples on that page, you will see what happens when your x coordinates are the same in example 3, and you end up with a 0 on the bottom. That results in an undefined slope and a vertical line. And if your y coordinates are the same, like in example 4, you get a 0 on top of your ratio, meaning a 0 slope or a horizontal line. And those are our 4 classes of slope: positive, negative, undefined, and 0.